Alright, it is time to get to the war table. Oh my. Moving to the war table will initiate Act 3. Act 3 is a long series of cutscenes with no side content. Please make sure you have sufficient time to set aside and watch. Well, why not? Continue the story. Here we go, here we go, here we go right now, here we go, here we go, here we go. I enter the war room and see Damek standing over the table. He's moving wooden figures from place to place, forming a strategy. I guess this was my first time seeing him in action. It was impressive.
I'm glad you came, Seer.
He talks to me while he works, displaying a grace and a lack of effort. Okay. It's almost like this is second nature for him. What was he planning? I notice a map on the table, with figures scattered about different regions.
So tomorrow we'll begin your training with the Blade of Exodus. But in addition to that, we'll have to train you in swordplay as well. I think Ulrich should be free. I can't really think of a better teacher.
He eyes the scabbard on my back and the base of the sword.
We think that the more you use it, the more you'll tolerate it. If you're like me, you got overwhelmed the moment you touched it. It's about adapting. Slow exposure will help you become stronger. But we're also in a rush, so I've worked out a schedule for you. It balances both exposure therapy as well as combat training. There's a bit of free time in there too. You'll be needing it.
He points to a paper resting on the war table. I pick it up and start to inspect the contents. It's a detailed itinerary. I'm impressed.
Now, there's one more thing. The spirit idol we discovered is right down there. It's a bit of a walk, so I'll have to show it to you later.
He points to a small exit in the back corner of the room. It almost looks like the entrance to a cave. It stands out. They must have dug out a large portion of this room.
It's also where I chose to bury Salus, our former leader. I guess I can be sentimental when it comes to that stuff. It just seemed like the right thing to do, you know? Now, let's go over your...
Before he can continue, he's immediately cut off. Pro runs into the room, panting heavily and clearly exerted. But there's a hint of fright and concern on his face, too. Uh-oh.
Damek, come quick!
Here we go.
Pro, what's going on? I'm in the middle of a meeting here.
The meeting can wait, Damek, please! Grizz is here and he's causing a commotion!
Here we go. I told you he would be coming.
What? Alright, let's go. We should probably talk to him, Seer. I'm pretty sure I know what he's after.
We all nod to one another and Pro starts leading the way. Whatever was coming our way, I'm sure Damek could handle it. Here we go, here we go, here we go. We run to the atrium to handle the situation as fast as we can. When we arrive, I see Ulrich standing imposingly before Grizz. A good choice. Ulrich could fight off almost anybody, if he wasn't drunk off his ass!
Stand down, Grizz.
I only want to see Damek. We had a deal and it's his turn to deliver. Don't forget, I'm the only reason you're down here.
Grizz looks back towards us, noticing our entrance.
Please, Ulrich, stand aside. Insubordination isn't your style.
He tilts his head back towards Damek. Ulrich turns and looks, noticing that we're here. Saying nothing, he turns around and walks away. He rests his back against the wall and simply watches. It seemed like almost all of the tension was cut from the air. Those two men in deadlock was a scary sight to behold.
Good. Now, Damek, it's time. Unless anybody else wants to challenge me.
Damek takes slow steps forward, cautious not to make sudden movements. Grizz grips the handle of his hammer resting on his back as if to threaten.
Now, Grizz, let's remain calm. I fully intend to hold up my end of the bargain. There was just some important business to take care of.
Motion towards me.
Yeah, I know. But all the pieces are in place, Damek. Will you please take me to see it?
Damek shuffles in place, anxious.
I suppose I can rearrange my schedule a bit. Sorry if it appeared like I was going back on my word.
I'll accept that apology when you take me to the idol. I'm sure you understand. I'm past the point of buying time. And make sure you bring that new friend of yours as well.
Oh, so it was the idol he wanted. And from the way he spoke, he wanted me as well. Of course, this is all likely related to the Blade of Exodus. The MacGuffin of all MacGuffins in this game.
Very well.
Damek simply concedes without contest. Of course, before we could move, there's an interruption. Being a rebel was a busy life. It's always something. However, this was something far bigger than any of us imagined. Damek looks on in shock as a young man slowly enters the room. Is it Shane? It's Shane! With heavy, labored steps, they appear to be weak and tired.
Shane?
Yep.
Shane, you're back!
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy, 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 this ain't gonna go good, this ain't gonna go good, this ain't gonna go good. Damek runs forward, Chris steps back. He seems to understand what's going on too. Shane had come back from his trip to Balteus?
Damek.
This is so fucking dumb. Okay. Swear to God, if something fucking irreparably bad happens because of this stupid ass subplot. Here we go.
Shane, I can't believe this. I was so worried we lost you.
Here we go. Everyone watches in awe.
Did they hurt you? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Pro, go grab some water, quick!
No, Damek, I'm fine. Don't worry about it, Pro.
Uh-huh. Pro stops in his tracks upon hearing this. If anything, it just looked like Shane needed some rest.
I'm sorry, Damek.
Damek.
For what? Oh, don't be silly, Shane. I'm the one who should be apologizing here. It was foolish of me to send you into danger like that.
He's gonna stab you. He's gonna stab you. Oh no! Oh God! Oh Jesus! Shane steps forward and wraps his arms around Damek. Everyone seems so relieved and all the tension's gone. Even Grizz cracks a smile as he watches this happy reunion. Yep. Nice night, stabby stabby. Shane on you. Shane takes advantage of our lowered guard. Reaching into his pocket, he pulls out a dagger. Before any of us can react, the damage is done. Damek screams and stumbles back in shock. Shane was fast. His abdomen is covered in wounds. Shakes, blood spilling on the floor at an alarming rate. You mother... He literally, in one fucking half-minute conversation, went from undying loyalty to I will murder the guy I was undyingly loyal to. You have the intelligence of a potted plant, Shane!
Shane?
Ulrich is the first to react, and he tries to restrain Shane. However, it's no use! He's far too agile to be caught. Are you shitting me? Are you fucking kidding? You're in a room full of highly trained motherfuckers, and in the middle of it is a guy you all saw commit a fucking murder, attempted murder, hopefully. And he's too agile to be caught.
Shane, What have you done?
Oh, you sound real fucking upset. He doesn't respond and grabs a bow and some arrows. So he's so agile that he's able to walk over to a stand and grab a bow and some arrows. There is how many of you in this room, and you just... Are you serious? All of us are panicking, not sure what to do. Could Ulrich take on Shane alone? How about all of you dogpile him? He can't kill all of you! You dumb shits! Within a few moments, though, that is the absolute least of our worries.
Sovi, now!
Yeah, he's fucking brought Sovi into the fucking HQ. No shit. Immediately after, Sovi enters the room from the entrance to the tunnels. There's a man in a white suit of armor with him too, like the honor guard. What was he doing here? This definitely coordinated. We're in trouble. We're in danger!
Sometimes I wish it wouldn't be so easy. Look, Halen, even the suits of armor are still alive. All the time in the world, and they didn't even act.
Pitiful.
You know, they don't have any right to be so high and mighty. They only got this advantage because one motherfucker had the fucking emotional awareness of a speck of shit on the bottom of your shoe. Yes, the backgrounds in this game are really amazing. They both look at all the honor guard and the atrium. Minding their own business, they just stumble around. There's a lot, but they pose no real threat to anybody. Sovi steps forward, looking at all of us. Ulrich grips his blade and stands in the way.
Leave.
Yo, that's gonna work! They know where you're at now! What is it? Telling them to leave? What's that gonna fucking accomplish? They'll just be back with more motherfuckers later! What is this gonna do for your cause? What, are you gonna get a U-Haul and bring all this shit out of the tunnels?
Or else, what?
I'll kill you.
So dramatic, Ulrich. You've certainly grown. Where was that bravado 500 years ago?
Oh, hey! Hamish Bonebreaker is now following. Oh, thank you. Ulrich growls and grits his teeth, easily provoked. Yeah, he over 500 years old. All of us are locked in place, too scared to move. So, nice to know that high amount of training really helped this giant army of yours when 3 people walk into a room. Y'all are fucked.
You're outnumbered. Don't test me. If Dominic dies, we'll find another leader. You've done no real damage to us, Sovi.
Wow, I'm sure Dominic really feels good about that.
Is that so?
Sovi grins and raises one of his hands in the air, probably to finish Dominic off because you basically just wrote off a fucking living being. With a dramatic snap of his fingers, I stumble back. The blade is reacting and trembling. What's going on? Oh god, there's a quick flash of light, white light. Wait, I know this feeling. From my vision of Valenorth, when he animated those suits of armor. Can he truly manipulate the blade without even touching it? He can. All hell breaks loose before I can even start to process these events. The honor guard grab their blades and start massacring the rebels. Oh, man. Well. This ain't good, bruh. This is pretty fucking bad. The simple snap of his fingers, he sent them all into a murderous rage. All I can hear is screams of agony as our forces are caught off guard. Bodies start to litter the floor while other rebels grab weapons and fight. Grizz runs forward and grabs Domic's body, slowly dragging it away. That seems like a good use of that heavily experienced guy. Couldn't have had one of the non-experienced fighters do that.
Seer, come with me. Let the rebels keep the enemy occupied. I have an idea, but you need to do what I say.
Sure. I nod and follow after him. I'm still not able to process anything. How in the fuck are we supposed to feel like we could win this? Oh, Metal Wolf 86 just subscribed. Oh, subscribed? Is that on a Twitch subscription? Hey! Hamish Bogabreaker gifted a subscription to Metal Wolf 86. Thank you. Oh, what was that? Oh, it's a not Cora Regalia is now following. Thank you for the follow. How would the rebellion recover from this? Seriously, how are we supposed to feel like we can actually beat this? Within minutes, almost all the rebels were killed? What the fuck? This isn't how things were supposed to happen, no kidding! All because Shane is a fucking idiot. Looked down at Domic's body and it was motionless. Trail of blood follows me and Grizz as we flee the area, but before we can leave the atrium, Shane notices the trail. Oh my god, I feel a sharp pain on my chest and suddenly drop to the floor. We got hit by a fucking arrow! I can't move. I look down and notice an arrowhead protruding from my torso. Yep, we got fucking hit. We got shot with an arrow. Shot me in the back. All I can take in before everything fades away. This is so ridiculous. Because this one fucking guy was so easily fucking... If I wouldn't even have a problem with this happening if it was handled differently. If it was handled better. But seriously, if the corruption of Shane or if the manipulation of Shane like happened better, or if it made sense or anything like that, if that was handled better, then this would make sense. Or if it was like possible that Domic actually did what he was being accused of, then that would make sense. But no, it's blatantly fucking obvious that Domic didn't actually do this. And it's blatantly, it was so fucking dumb what he was being convinced to have happened. And so it's just a fucking load of shit. And so all of this dramatic murdering and the treachery and the overpowered response, it's all of it because of this Shane, whoever the fuck. Nobody knows who he is. Like, the audience doesn't know who the fuck he is. Maybe if we gave a fuck who Shane was. This is just stupid. To have so much come from so little, from whoever, nobody gives a fuck who he was. Just sucks. Anyway, however, with what just happened, I'm certain of one simple fact. The rebellion is no more. Troop morale is 25%. Damn. Valessa and Fortame rushed to the atrium, frightened by the sound of the commotion. Members of the honor guard rushed past them to carry out their brutal objective. When they arrive, a horror awaits them. It's clear that the rebellion is lost.
Oh no!
Ulrich,
yes.
what's going on?
Ulrich is locked in combat with Sovi, violently swinging his sword. But Sovi dodges with ease, swaying his body from side to side, because of course! Because every enemy has to be fucking invincible. When he gets a chance, he lands a harsh punch to Ulrich's chest. You just gotta punch him in the chest, really? Falling back, Ulrich is brought to his knees. From a punch to the chest? It's because the plot has to plot via contrivances. Yeah, seriously, it just feels like they have to have a rebellion loss here. And so they had to, like, how would it happen? A mole. And you could have literally, could have been so much better. He pants heavily, trembling as he rises back up.
I don't hide behind a sword like you and your seer. Now tell me, Ulrich, how does it feel to lose to me? to see everything around you crumble and fall.
Feels like I have a jackass spouting bullshit in my face. He laughs, that maniacal cackle echoing through the halls. Shut up! Just jerking off your villains so much.
Perhaps now you regret changing sides.
Never. This isn't over, Sovi. Stand back, both of you.
He waves his arm dismissively at Valessa and Fortame, who, quite frankly, seem like literally plush animal figures at this point. Seriously, time for big villain speech. However, it's already too late. The honor guard is closing in on them. Ulrich turns and tries to help them, but a blow to the back of the head knocks him down. You can only watch through blurred vision as the honor guard overpowers them. Screams assault his ears and they're slowly silenced. Had they been killed too? He scans the room trying to find Pro, but he can't. Perhaps he's among the bodies. Sophie steps over and kicks Ulrich in the gut, causing him to grunt and roll over. Along with the explanation on how to stop them, why they're evil, their entire plan, along with blueprints. Few moments later, he kneels down and stares Ulrich in the eyes. Oh god. Just fucking shut up, Sovi.
You thought you had everything under control. Abandon Valenorth, gather your forces, and attack Balteus. It would work if we didn't have you in our grip the entire time. All we wanted was to destroy Mazeo's spirit idol, Ulrich, the final idol in all of Alestia. The sickness almost cured. I know what you're thinking, though. The vision of Valenorth? The seer saw only what the triumvirate wanted him to see. A trick to lure every single one of you down here. It worked! And after I kill you, the seer's life and that blade will be mine. May the triumvirate reign eternal.
Shane and Halen approach Sovi, leaving Ulrich to look up at all three. Sovi holds out a hand to Shane, who gives him a dagger without hesitation. Pressing up against Ulrich's throat, Sovi pauses, savoring the fear in his eyes.
I'd ask if you had any last words, but you don't deserve the satisfaction.
Yeah, seriously. At least Jafar was, like, enjoyable to watch. This is just...
Not so fast!
What the fuck are you gonna do? Notary unpublic? Everyone quickly turns to look as Pro runs in from the tunnels. He pants heavily, having clearly run a large amount. He smirks. What, do you got the pirates?
Alex, do it now!
My god, I predicted it correctly. My fucking god, he actually brought the pirates. A few moments later, an army of pirates floods in from the tunnels. Sovi, Halen, and Shane quickly become defensive, trying to fend them off. There was enough now that they stood a chance. Their targets were clear. Using the commotion as cover, Pro rushes to Ulrich's side. Yeah, he did mention that he likes to run on the bridge, so makes sense that he was the one running. He helps him get to his feet, and he finally returns to his senses.
Where's everybody else? Valessa? Fortim, the seer?
Ulrich looks down at the floor, ashamed.
It's too late.
Places a hand on Ulrich's shoulder. Shaking his head, he knows that Ulrich is wrong.
It's never too late. Come on, let's take them down. They won't get away with this. They can't.
Did we just watch a villain trying to be a villain? So boring. Okay, hold your fucking sass, Guillermo Gorgulo. Someone who also has a name that sounds like a villain. Being a villain, watching a villain trying to be a villain is not the same as a villain actually being a villain. Someone actually just being bad. That can be compelling. Hell, someone trying not to be bad can be compelling. However, someone trying to be bad, not compelling. Someone trying to be bad and failing, that's funny. Someone trying to be bad and succeeding, that's just someone doing their job. That's actually legitimately boring. And if they succeed at it and they gloat about it, that just sucks from a narrative standpoint. That's literally watching 1 + 1 = 2. How am I supposed to be entertained by that? And if they do it all the while based off of this supposed narrative structure of something being interesting or compelling to get you to that point, they're supposed to have outsmarted or outwitted something, but really it was 1 + 1 = 2? How am I supposed to think that they're really that compelling or smart? They added 1 + 1, motherfucker! What? I'm not calling you a motherfucker. I'm in this hypothetical situation. I'm working on the railroad! This is why I stopped playing it for 2 goddamn years. Nah, it isn't. That's not the reason why. Ulrich smiles and nods, employing strategies from many an awkward Thanksgiving dinner, and they quickly rush into combat. They'd be more like Soviet Union. I said it wrong and it was still funny to me. Things were starting to turn around. They were no longer outnumbered. Sovi, however, uses this commotion to sneak deeper underground. Because why would you keep an eye on the main motherfucker? While everyone was distracted, his objective was clear. Jerk off in a tub.
What? What?
Grizz carries me and Domik into the room behind the war table. The massive spirit idol glows and radiates energy. It's beautiful. Though through my faded vision, it only appears more surreal and odd. He carries me to one side of the room and rests me down. I notice that the arrow in my chest is gone, replaced with bloodied wrappings. He must have treated me during the time I had just lost. But what about Domik?
There were some supplies back in the crew quarters. I was able to treat your wound. No vital areas were harmed. It's almost like he did that on purpose. Unless you got really lucky.
He sighs and looks back at Domik, who he had rested down on the other side.
But he wasn't lucky. I'm sorry, Seer. He's gone.
Fuck! They killed off motherfucking... They killed him off? They killed off Domik? Are you serious? You sons of bitches, really? They really had him die because of stupid fucking Shane the Buttle, but I'm running out of stupid things to call this dumb fuck. No.
But we can still fix this. This is what I've been wanting all along. A chance to tap into that idol's power.
We can still fix... We can still fix this? Yep. We can still fix this. Death isn't the end in this game. Or in Major Minor. I wonder what the plot will be in the next game. Is Clace just trying to tell us something? He looks at the blade on my back. Reaching behind my shoulder, he undoes the scabbard. Falls to the ground. Closes his eyes. Takes a deep breath.
Please, let me take your blade. This is the deal I made with Damek. To free the spirits from those suits of armor.
I look up at him, confused. Pain courses through my body and I tremble. I grab the scabbard, and hold it tightly in my hands.
Please, Seer. There isn't much time. 20 years ago, I led the occupation with Sovi. The people I killed, they're trapped in those suits of armor. If you give me the blade, I can use the power of that idol. I'll release those spirits. I'll give them the freedom they deserve. I need to do this. It's the only way I can make up for what I did. And without the honor guard, this battle is won. Your allies can easily fight against Sovi and his men. There's still a chance to win here. We need to take it.
Looks down at the floor and his ears are flat.
I know why I recognized you and your friends back at my office. During the occupation, there were people that looked just like you. I was just following orders. Trust me, I regret what I did. All of it.
Wait, does he mean?
Your parents, they were in Museo during the occupation, right? It's more than coincidence. This must be happening for a reason. They aren't dead, Seer. They're trapped in those suits of armor.
I notice the glisten of tears forming in his eyes.
Sent there by me. Let me free them, Seer. It's what they would want. It's what they all want.
Is this how Grizz dies? Because not everyone can just grab this fucking sword. My grip on the scabbard tightens. He killed our parents? I can tell he's truly sorry, but this is just too much to take in. The pain in my chest gets more intense and I wince.
Here, I've got you.
He wraps one arm around me, slowly helping me to my feet. Together we take slow steps across the room, towards the idol. I look at Damek's body in the corner of my eye, still and lifeless.
I stopped serving the triumvirate the moment I got the chance. Being forced to live in those suits, forced to wear their colors. Nobody should have to suffer such a fate. We can fix this.
I couldn't do it for the style. My swag was all messed up. How could I do that again?
As we got closer to the idol, the earth starts to shake. There's a massive reaction coming from my blade. Grizz holds me tighter and the tremors get more intense.
I picked up some information when I served the triumvirate. That blade has the ability to bend its power to your will. It all depends on what the wielder wants it to do.
He literally is a wolf in sheep's clothing, isn't he? Holy shit.
Seer, they made me dripless, can you believe it?
Yeah! That's fucking funny, Mafra.
They want power, and so it gives them an army. We want freedom, and so that's what we'll have. Please, Seer, let me do this. It's all I ask.
Each step we take, each move we make, we cause more emotion to well up within me. This is all too much. It's happening too fast. Yes, we agree. This was paced horribly. Thank you for pointing that out, author. No matter how hard I think, I have no idea what to do.
I know it will kill me, but I've come to terms with that. It's a fitting punishment, considering what I've done.
We reach the idol. I'm almost blinded by the light. Wrapped up with a douche. I can understand that Grizz wants his redemption, but his crimes against the world and our families are awful. I could always tap into the power of this idol myself. It would explode from the chest. How would Valissa for Tame feel if I sided with Grizz? Some crimes aren't forgivable. Is this one of them?
Please.
Oh, wow. This choice will affect the future of fucking the whole world. Oh my god. Okay, why he would, but like in these choices, like somehow he betrays us for letting him live? Ooh. Like we don't give him his ability to like redeem himself. So there is the possibility that he could fuck with us based off of whichever. There have been two good arguments for both. Like we either we give him the sword and he fucks us over, or we don't give him the sword and he fucks us over. The fact that he was talking about it outside of being around us makes me believe that he actually means to do what he intends to do. So I don't think that the betrayal would come if he intends to actually do it. However, just because he intends to do something doesn't mean he would actually do it like it would come out the way he wants. He did put our parents into armor, Full Metal Alchemist style. That is true. That is something to keep in mind. Here's another thing. If we let him sacrifice himself, we are down one living being that we could have. And it is very possible that if we do it ourselves, Grizz staying alive could have a big impact. Well, I've saved, so even if it turns out that whatever I choose is fucked up, I can just go back. So I'm going to go with tapped into the idol's power ourselves. Punishment or redemption was the achievement I just got. No, I couldn't let him do this. My reasons were my own. I shake my head and hold the blade closer to my body. He sighs and looks at the floor, defeated.
Very well.
He lets go of me, and I start to stumble. I use the scabbard as a cane to hold myself up. I can tell that he's angry, but also that he understands. I expected him to fight me for the blade, but he accepts defeat. Turning around, he starts to walk away, shoulders slumped down. This was my job. This was my destiny to harness the blade of Exodus. Couldn't let others use it to assist in their suicide. Turning to face the idol, I slowly remove the blade from the scabbard. Remembering Grizz's insight, I try to bend the blade to my will. This time, it won't overpower me. It would help me save us from this massacre. The flash of white light that I expected is nowhere to be found. I can hold the blade with no trouble, just like I desired. So, it was true. The blade is mine to control. With a wide smirk, I hold the blade up to the idol. It was time to destroy all the honor guards in these tunnels. It was time to free the souls of all of the condemned, our parents too. That desire in my mind sparks the blade and the white light fills the room. But there's another desire too. Survival of Damek. And our future victory. The ground shakes more violently, almost causing me to fall to the floor, but I stand my ground. This was too important. The survival of the rebellion and Alestia's future was on the line. I'm too overcome with hope to falter as the white light slowly subsides. The idol starts to flicker. It's running out of power. Did I do it? I guess there's only one way to find out. I put the scabbard back on, but I hold on to the sword. I'm in control of it now. I stand there, using the blade as a crutch. With the ground shaking so violently, it's hard to stand up. I need to go back to the atrium. They need to know about this. I mean, there's another way of checking to see if the survival of Damek happened. Look at his body right next to you. Is it breathing? That's one fucking way.
No! What have you done?
Well, I did it. Sovi charges into the room, catching me completely off guard. Did fucking... Oh. Ugh. I was almost ready to kill him, and I completely forgot his fucking name.
No, it's Shane. Fuck Shane.
Grizz. Where the fuck did Grizz go? Hopefully we're not alone in a room with this fucking schmucko. But he stands there, panting, looking at the idol, and how it flickers. Sophie's angry, that means we did the right thing. Oh, I hope so. The grunt of rage, he starts running at me, ready to attack. Because of the trembling earth, however, he stumbles a bit. I use this to my advantage and jump out of the way. Apparently no longer affected by the gaping wound in our chest. Also, where the fuck is Grizz? He just sort of walked out. There was only one entrance to this fucking thing. Surely he would have noticed this fucking guy. Landing with a quick roll. A roll. So you definitely... What, you fucking kidding? I'm back on my feet. We circle around each other, both hesitant to attack. Fucking... I hold out the blade as if to threaten him.
There's so much you don't know.
I've loved you since I first saw you in Sister Act.
He smirks and lunges forward to attack me. I hold out the blade to guard myself, but not sure what happened next. The snap of his fingers, mid-lunge, the blade suddenly vanishes from my hands. What is this fucking Kingdom Hearts? 2 months later, it literally is Kingdom Hearts! You schmuck! A few minutes later, it rematerializes in his. I don't have enough time to brace myself, it's already too late. Moments later, I'm on the floor, Sovi on top of me. You could have bought me a fucking dinner first, god damn it. So we can wield it, just like the vision showed me. Got them glowy eyes again. Gripping the blade in one hand, he uses the other to punch me. Repeatedly in the chest, causing the wound to open up more and bleed. Kick and scream in agony, trying my best to withstand his harsh blows again. Grand with the Grizz. He's smart. Soon enough, the pain is too much to fight back. I only squirm and wince underneath him, enduring the assault. The cavern starts to crumble, the pieces fall from the ceiling.
There's no one here to save you, Seer. Your life is mine, and the rebellion is no more.
Smirking, he lowers the blade to my neck.
May the triumvirate reign eternal.
Shut up.
Use all my strength to reach up and grab the blade. Trying to push it away, I realize there's almost no point. Soon after, the blade reacts to both of our touches. Ah! Another flash of white light engulfs the entire room. Pressure is relieved from my neck, and I hear Sovi struggle. Just like Grizz said, the blade reacts to the will of the wielder. But whose will was stronger? Let's try that again. I raise up my other hand to grab the blade as well. I close my eyes.
I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you,
focused with every fiber of my being. Spirits, please do something! Save me! Save us all! The light subsides, and I see Sovi looking down at me in shock. I could see the horror in his eyes, but I have no idea what just happened. Perhaps the blade gave him visions, like it did for me back in Valinor? He panics and throws the blade on the ground.
So it is true. The spirit realm is...
Light! Again with the Kingdom Hearts references. Slowly standing up, he takes a few steps back. I hit the pop shield, god damn it. Looking down in my eyes, I can see sadness within him. So many conflicting emotions, all in the span of a few seconds. He scoffs and turns his back to me.
Remember my mercy, Seer.
Ugh.
Next time, you won't be so lucky.
Oh, shut up, Sovi. You're such a fucking... Shut up! So you're so full of your own shit. To my complete shock, he simply runs away. I tilt my head to my side and watch him leave, hips swaying as he goes. The blade rests beside me, so I reach for it. But any hope of salvation is quickly lost, however. It's over. As soon as Sophie leaves the room, it starts to cave in. Rubble and debris block the exit, leaving me trapped inside. I look over at Domic's lifeless body and start to cry. Perhaps it didn't work. My wound bleeds profusely, and my vision slowly wanes. With my final moments, I grip the blade and pray for help. But before I drift away into nothingness, that help never comes. Wow, that's pretty fucking dark.